Okay, Hawks Hoops fans, I'm going to be honest. Full disclosure, this is probably my 10th chance to just get the first question right. Finding a way to fumble through hitting the button here to get this thing started and stopped and make sure that I do it right. We're excited. This is going to be a cool forum. So we're going to do this in groups of 3. We're going to take 3 questions a day or something like that. And I'll read them and I'll answer them. And we'll be honest. And I'm excited to do it. We're going to do it in groups of 3 because we like 3. So to kick this one off, this is like a Cam Brown top of the key 3 to start the game. This one's a bucket. All right, this one comes from Frank via Facebook. He asks, "Hi, Billy. I was quite impressed how you, the coaching staff, and the players handled questionable calls." He said questionable. I did it. On our home floor throughout the season. Is that part of your coaching mantra that we'll see continue for years to come? Great question, Frank. One of the words that we talk a lot about in our program is the word respect. It's an important value to us and part of how we develop and create a culture. I think it shows a great level of care and concern about people, which is what everything should be about. And we want to respect each other. We have people coming from different backgrounds. They got to work together every day. We want to respect the campus, the community, the professors, the students, the administration. We want to respect the opportunity we have to be a part of this historical basketball program. And that also means respecting the officials. And although there are times in the game where we get a little emotional, a little intense, and we probably take it out on them, it's not something that we want to be a part of, and we want to be part of the identity. We want to be a team that exhibits self-control. There were a few times this year I was not happy with myself, probably more than a few. I'm not perfect, but I need to set a tone and an example for our players. And we want our players and our staff focusing their energy on creating the next opportunity to play great St. Joe's basketball, whether it's going from offense to defense or defense to offense. And quite honestly, there's just too much going on for us to really think about whether that call was right. There are times where we will have opportunities to talk to them in a respectful manner and ask why they saw what they saw. And then maybe we can offer a different opinion in a way that shows that respect. I hope this is something that continues here on Hawk Hill. Great question, Frank. Okay, guys, question number 2 comes from Jacob via Instagram. And Jacob asks, "Where do you get your suits?" It's a great question. I'm going to give you the answer. In 2016, my mother-in-law bought me a very large, generous gift certificate to use at Joseph A. Banks. So I went to the one on Lancaster Avenue in Haverford, met a great salesman by the name of Brian, who began to give me a little bit of style and wardrobe. He loved to mix and match stuff. He loved plaid jackets. He liked different colored pocket squares. And he began over the last 3 or 4 years to put together good wardrobe for me. Now, I'm going to share something with people. Those that know me best know this. I am colorblind. That is true, okay? So I just pick the suit and I hang it, and then my wife goes and gets the shirt and the pocket square and the tie. She had a little trouble the last few years when we were playing 82 games a year. It was hard to keep up. So some of those times when I was on television, I'd get a text like after the game, I'd see, "You picked that." Did the best I could as a colorblind guy. But Jacob, thank you for asking that question. I look forward to wearing more Hawk Hill colors in Hagan Arena. Question number 3 comes from Matt via Twitter. What was your favorite part of your first year at St. Joe's? There were a lot. And I enjoyed the competitive spirit of our group. I actually missed coaching them. I did not want that season to end. I thoroughly enjoyed every day with our guys. But if I had to go to just one for year 1, I would say, coming into this opportunity that I was blessed with at St. Joseph's, I had an idea about the edge of St. Joseph's, that fight, that spirit, it's embraced in THWND. Those 5 letters, come together to form something that becomes a big part of you. And it was shocking to me how quickly it just became not only a part of me, but everyone that was new that joined our program this year, from brand new coaches to brand new players. I mean, I obviously have some history with the school, with my brother having gone there and my parents having gone there and both my sister-in-laws having gone there and my wife having worked there and coaching in the Big Five previously and just growing up on Philadelphia basketball, I mean, St. Joe's basketball is a big deal, but that energy that just overtakes you, that spirit of the Hawk will never die. And one moment that captures that vividly for me, when we travel, we go into the opponent's locker rooms, we hang 3 flags up. And it's basically like we're staking claim, like we are here. And one of the flags represents our culture. Another flag represents our homage to the history of this great program. And another one is just a reminder that we represent the university and everything that that means, not only current, but like past and future and everything about St. Joseph's University. So when we won that game at UConn, I was the last one into the locker room. And this was only our 3rd game of the season. And the players were jumping around and going crazy. It was just a great moment and really something that I think will propel us because we know what that feeling was like. But the best part was watching Cam Brown have one of the flags wrapped around him like you see in the Olympics when someone wins a great race. And he was just jumping up and down with this smile on his face. And I remember thinking in that moment, I only had a few seconds to think before I had to address the teams, like it only took 3 games for Cam Brown to understand the Hawk will never die. And that was one of the best moments of my season. But just overall, that was the best part of my first year, was actually getting to be a part of THWND. Great question, Matt.